And so the Flashers, they had a couple singles, right?
Yeah, I'm a weak man, and then they had a few singles.
Now, what about the Stereos?
That's all kind of a mixture. A couple of those guys
Went and had their own band.
Yeah, their own band.
Did they get it? Did they have any singles or anything? Did they do as well as the Flashers?
That's before them. Stereos is a mixture.
Before the Flashers?
That's back to Put Notice, and then that's before.
That's
back with your dad. They all know that.
Okay, that's fine. I just wanted
Notice
to.
So Stereos.
Okay,
yeah.
So Billy, so King Iko, celebrity in his own right. Part of that also.
Yeah, Superman.
DJing in the local community, family man. He's got a family, helps out the community. His family is
his mom
was up at the center. She
running the center.
Stay open for you guys. Yeah. And so he's still tutoring you. So
a lot of guys. I thought I was special.
That's fine.
Eddie Littlejohn was a DJ too.
Eddie Littlejohn was a DJ?
Iko actually set up 4 guys. He took Buckeye Butch, Eddie Littlejohn, was called Fast Eddie, and Brother Goose. He took them all and traveled with him, because a lot of people couldn't get married till Iko was available. All the wedding, because there's no other DJ.
Okay, I understand.
So, in Aliquippa.
Now that when you say that, as a young man, did you know that then or understand?
No, I'm looking at the business side.
You didn't understand the business side. No, you just know you wanted to DJ.
Yeah, Goose comes to me. And, and I start working with Goose.
Okay, before we get there, let's we know about your mentor, a little bit of what his is, and now you're doing this. The name.
Oh, I went through several names, and back then jam was hard. I couldn't find a name, and I was jealous. Goose had a name. Goose. Iko.
Who was DJing first?
Iko.
You or
Goose was. Goose showed me how. But actually, when I go to college, when you're
hold on.
Yeah.
Goose. Who showed Goose?
Iko.
So Goose was a mentee before you.
Right.
Okay, but he was in Weirton, correct?
He was in Weirton and went national. He was one of the first DJs traveled with the band Wham.
Okay, but before he knew anything about DJing, it was
Iko.
Iko that taught him.
Showed him.
Okay,
everything.
so when you say you weren't the only,
he would know.
He's one of the. Goose might be one of the first.
Goose, Gary Steelball. Iko had about 5 or 6 guys he showed before he got to me.
Steelball older than you?
Goose. Gary Steele was his name. They called him GS.
But was he older than you?
He's older than me.
Goose was older than you.
Goose is 2 years older.
What's Goose's real name?
Gary Williams.
And so Steelball, Goose, and you were
but I didn't travel with him.
And I understand. Eddie Littlejohn. Eddie Littlejohn, same age as you.
Travel. Eddie Littlejohn graduated with me, 1976.
And he was a DJ also.
Eddie was a DJ,
but he traveled.
But Eddie wouldn't buy equipment, and he put the production together. That's when business comes along.
Okay.
Eddie comes in with business, and he got guys he thought was popular, and he actually approached me, and I was scared.
I'm sure.
Eddie asked me to DJ with him, and because I said, Eddie, we both can't DJ, I'm scared.
I don't know if Eddie.
So, but Goose comes.
I don't know if
carries
Eddie.
Me through.
I don't know if Eddie wants this endorsement.
Yeah, well, he's getting it.
Or not.
Well, he's
but you said Eddie comes in when it comes down to business.
Eddie got,
and we all know that he's a businessman as it is. And I'm gonna try to get him to see if he'd sit down with me. I don't know Mr. Littlejohn that well, but his demeanor says he probably don't want to be on camera.
Well, I'll talk about Eddie. He might be the richest businessman. I'm gonna make this statement. Eddie might be the richest businessman in Black history of Steubenville, and I want to say, but
that's fine. And so it's still news to me.
He gets mad,
and I'm sure there's a lot of our listeners who didn't know this, and so again, that's why we're doing this. We want to get some foundation for our community and the experience that we've had in America. Well, right now here it's in Steubenville, and try to create something and some solutions to better our community. And these are ways that we can look back on and try to duplicate things. Right. So we're now in the 80s.
Okay.
And so Billy Jam, continue on how Billy Jam how William Zimmerman became Billy Jam.
Okay. I wouldn't play in bars. Okay. And Goose is telling me, but I'm following Iko and I'm following Goose. Iko's in my blood. Everybody's blood is Iko. So we're done with Iko.
We're doing weddings.
I only do weddings, and Lee Gillison comes back into town, and he's band director at Grant School. So we do car washes. I set up the equipment. He has the whole band playing on Market Street at the time. And so anyway, these things are going really fast. Everybody's growing. I'm DJing, but I only played, when I played for the junior highs and the high school dances, couldn't play slow records because they didn't want the kids to grind or slow dance. So they kept saying, hey, all he do is jam. All he do is jam. So the name Billy Jam came from the kids because I couldn't play no slow records.
Okay.
And they were complaining, but And then that's where the name Billy Jam
So
came from.
so you when you was DJ, you a DJ that could jam.
That's no slow songs.
So that's how we got Billy Jam.
That's how we
So
got
now,
Billy Jam.
once you got a hold of hearing that, you like that. So you start calling yourself that.
Right.
Okay, so they start calling you first.
Right.
But you had to accept that.
Right.
And you took it, and so then you took it and ran with it.
Yeah, now I can't get rid of it.
Okay, yes, exactly. Now, give me, I told you about Myron Walker.
Right.
White kid from down Lincoln Avenue.
Right.
He's 16, 15 years old.
Yeah.
He heard us talking.
Right.
Oh, we got a dance going to, who's DJing? Oh, Billy Jam. And so then people would say, yeah, did you hear Billy Jam? He said, tell him your famous line.
That's I'm scared to say it now, right?
Well, you scared
I had
to
to write it up on the signs one
You mean
time.
because it's using the
GOT. I had to change it because
perfect. I'm so glad. I'm so glad.
Every time I
because I'm gonna say it a lot now.
I got slapped in the face by myself, even going, "Oh, it's that got," and I'm saying "got." Damn, Billy Jam.
Did you ever spell it out?
But they kids start saying that first.
I know that.
I put
know
it on
that.
the sign one time.
Yeah, but my point is GD. GD is never. GD is never GOT.
I know.
When somebody says GT.
I know.
And I want to say
But
that. It's a hey, that's a good thing about social media and anybody that watches. Spread this word that it was always got jam Billy Jam. So now I can say it. Got jam. God damn Billy Jam. That was the so my point is again, he would walk the halls of Big Red
should have stopped
saying that. Yeah. Now, and he probably thought you meant GOD, but again, even if it's GOT, well, the point was it was cool, it was fashionable, it was a hook, it got you. Yeah. It was something that you then, like I said, you had some celebrity. Now, did you realize your celebrity all the time? When did you notice that that meant something?
Well, Goose and Iko comes and tells me, I'm gonna say his name, but he says when you put your name on that sign, you're opening it up for people to say anything about you.
Those orange, yellow, green, red, orange signs.
He says it changes everything. People could talk about you. People can lie on you. He says when you put your name on that pole, you become public.
Yeah, kind of like what's going to happen with
me.
So
he was a friend again coming.
Kind of like what's going to happen with me starting this YouTube channel.
That's right.
Put my name on here. We got a name. We have a venue. This is going to go negatively and positively. Always somebody hating.
Billy.
They're always something.
Okay. He was always in our corner.
And so then you got a name. Iko had some mentees. Eddie Littlejohn, Gary Williams, Gary Steele, and Billy Jam. Along with
Brian Jennings, ESS.
Brian Jennings, yes, Brian Jennings, yes, and Buckeye Butch.
Buckeye Butch, that's him.
Now Buckeye Butch was his partner or his right hand man that he brought up alongside of him.
Right.
But the rest of you went out and did your own thing.
Right.
So this is kind of like a New Edition story.
We making money.
Just a year when you guys
and we was making money.
He's making money.
Everybody's making
money. So Billy Jam then gets a nickname, and it's Billy Jam because he always jams.
That's it.
He's going on. Now, was there, and give us the East Coast, West Coast beef information of whenever much you want to give us.
There really wasn't one when we were there back with Sugar Hill and the New York DJs.
No, I know there wasn't there, but there was one in Steubenville.
Oh, I don't know nothing about that. I quit 90. That gangster, that's what pushed me out.
No, hold on.
They pushed me out. Wu-Tang.
That's what I'm telling you. No. This is no. Hold on. Let's get it right.
Okay.
I use that as an analogy.
Okay.
What I'm getting ready to say is there was competition between the DJs.
Oh.
And it was similar to it was similar to East Coast, West Coast, whatever.
It wasn't similar.
Okay, not that great. Obviously, there's no gun school.
Well,
but you had people.
Well, Record Factory was us.
Who were
Chocolate City was Iko.
Okay, there was Chocolate City people who only. I'm done with King Iko. You had people who was with Billy Jam. You had people who was with Brother Goose. Seriously, I mean, we talk about.
But we had a community.
And sometimes, listen, I'm not saying negatively.
Yeah,
I'm saying it was. It's no different than saying you like LeBron and I like Jordan.
It was a bad time.
He liked Billy Jam. Right. He liked King Iko. Because it got to the point where King Iko was old. No, what I'm saying is, I'm telling you what I know. I'm telling you what I know.
I know.
So, I mean, like, my point is.
I didn't see it like that, but.
I'm telling you Anthony Jackson, Troy Smith.
Well, see, Rab off my street, Linden Avenue.
Exactly, and I was from Hill Avenue. Yeah. And I lived on Hill Avenue where King Iko lived. Well, and there was people like Ronnie House, Frankie House.
Oh, that was my guy.
Gerald Mallory.
Yeah.
They lived up on Hill Avenue.
Right.
Jason Thorne.
Right.
So if you'd ask him who's their DJ, it'd be King Iko. If you was down on Lincoln Avenue with Anthony Jackson and Creech, the Minifields and Horse Hampton, they was probably pro Billy Jam.
Right.
If you had people from Weirton, they probably Goose.
It's Goose, that's it.
Then all of a sudden creeped up.
Oh, I used to fill in for
Then
Goose,
all of a sudden creeped up.
People would dance.
Then who did you produce?
Hollywood. But that's because of Jackie Johnson.
Okay, don't know Jackie Johnson.
The DJ from Whammo. They had a popular.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So she was making all that money. And I said, hey, you can get Harley for half that. My dad said.
So now your business thing kicked in.
Yeah.
Your business thing kicked in now.
Yeah, my dad said,
okay,
if something happened to one of my babies in them bars. I said, yeah, I don't play bars and stuff. You know
yeah.
But then he seen her in real top clubs and everything. He said, something happened to my baby.
And so you know how you always,
know
how you always tell me, you always give me props for the Steubenville Tigers and all that.
Yeah, you did. That's
you don't.
That's
do you see? And I'm sure you did, and you're older now, and that's when you were so young. Some people don't. They don't live off their youth.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I can understand that. Right. But I'm saying, as far as the community goes, as part of, it's no different than if I say the word CIO Hall. Brings back memories.
Killer. Yeah.
It's a shame that it's not what it was, or that we have nothing that replaced that.
Right. The history of that was shut down because of the mills, though. But go ahead.
I understand that, but my point is, it wasn't no reason why we could have never had a hall where black people all did stuff.
True.
Consistently.
True.
You know what I mean? That's another thing that I say. If we don't do that, why can't we get together and build a hall? And all the black funerals, and all the black repasses, and all the black wedding receptions, weddings themselves, parties, anniversaries, graduation parties, that it's all there. You know, why can't we get together and build that? We don't have the trust in each other for some reason, or we don't have the expertise, or we don't think we can do it in the long haul. We need to see if we can start doing that to pass that on. But my point is, I just remember as a kid, and I'm sure a lot of other people will be able to say that's my age and maybe a little younger and some a little older. Holly, when she came on the scene, that was a big deal.
It was a big deal.
You know, she was also pretty and beautiful, and she was still able to. She's doing something that men do.
Right.
In this town, Whammo did it, but Whammo seemed Pittsburgh was so far off the kids. It was the only reason it was close was because it was on the radio.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
we had Jackie Johnson playing with us too.
Yeah. Because right after you, like if somebody asked me, you was more famous than Slick Rick. No, not Slick Rick. What's his name? Sly Jock, I mean.
Yeah.
Remember how famous Sly Jock was? He was only famous because he was in Pittsburgh and Whammo.
Right.
But as far as
before he got on Whammo, but Sly did
like
real well.
Yeah, of course. So we're in the 80s.
Grant, he wouldn't let us play.
So partying, enjoyment,
and it changed in '91.
We had that. So you're saying in the 80s it was just how it should have been, and it was a lot of good times.
Good people coming out to have a good time.
Good people coming out having a good time.
Gangster
DJing was good, and gangster rap, not just rap, but gangster rap. And so you stopped DJing?
No, well, I was going to stop, but my phone rang off the hook, and I had a young man named Third, called him Third Bass.
Yes, sir.
So Third and a couple young guys I would give all the dances to. And I leave out my man Rozelle, Master Z.
Rozelle.
I want to give a special thanks to Rozelle because I had another son that was sick and passed away with leukemia. Rozelle played very hard gigs for me. Because he took over the Fountain. And I never showed up, and I got paid. And he gets mad. But Rozelle played for 2 years at the Ionic downtown.
What's Rozelle's last name? Johnson?
Yeah, Rozelle Johnson.
Yeah, Rozelle Johnson. Okay, I know Rozelle.
And but anyway, he helped me phenomenally. And actually, when I started playing in the club in Weirton, Jerry Jeter, Wowie, who's a good friend of mine, hired me when I had a sick son. Okay. So people have helped me. And Fanny's helped me.
Of course. So of course. We all need help. A lot of help. Any success you have help. But you mentioned Third.
Third was good.
So let me.
I couldn't. The kids thing. He could play that gangster rap. I gave him all the business.
So let me ask you this.
He deserved it. He merited it because he was the best.
So mixer. What would you give me the years of your DJ career?
Third was
yours. Started in
80 to 91.
So you had a decade of DJing.
Yeah. I started in 79.
You mentioned Third.
But I quit because
you mentioned Third.
That was horrible.
You mentioned Rozelle. Or would you consider those mentees of yours? Even if it's just the ability to.
Well, Iko showed Goose, and Goose showed me.
Okay.
And then Goose set up how we would play. Mm-hmm. We had a certain system, and how we formulated. How
that might have been different from Iko's.
No, it was exactly the same.
Oh, okay. But he showed you all that.
But yeah, in Iko's blueprint, we would go back and say, where did he get it from? Mm-hmm. There's no place for him.
So he made up a DJ system.
Well,
or a
the way we
structure.
played records. I would play records my way or somewhere, and someone beat me. I said, "Watch this. I'm gonna play like Iko." And at the end of the night, people would say, "Man, you're good." If I played my way, they would say, "Hey, you're all right." I mean, they would, but I said, "Watch, I'm gonna get 5 compliments." And because Iko had a way of playing in that feel, because he played in a band, he knew how to make sets. And if you listen to him on the radio, he played 5 songs in a row. You think they made that way?
Right. I see.
See,
So he
were
just had a
lost.
talent for
He had a
for
talent.
that.
He had an
Okay.
ear, and he would play songs in the same key. I don't even know what a key is.
Yeah. Okay.
Follow me?
Did you find out?
No, I just start lining my records up.
Okay, I see.
I still don't know what a key. I know.
But
I
you
know
still
when I hear
had
something
your
wrong.
But you still had your
But I don't
way.
know how to line up the key.
But
I
you
know
had
when
your
I
way
hear
to line up your records,
Right.
and you might not have known that you were lined up in a key. You just know
Right.
you're lined up in the way you hear it.
Right.
And he's the one that brought that recognition to you. That's how you.
Right.
Okay, so now we got. So you didn't touch on this. So you're telling me that as you guys always were friends, there was no competition.
Yeah. Well, we said some things one time. We challenged Iko, and he came to us, and Record Factory and Goose. They
Challenged him
I'm just gonna
how?
put it out there.
You challenged him.
Goose wanted to be better than Iko,
Right.
and Iko told Goose, "You're good. You're the
But you
best
ain't."
thing going." But and Goose is flowing national. He
I-
playing
oh, is
with
that right?
Wham.
Okay.
Goose is with the
You
original.
mean the Wham? The Wham?
Not
the-
George, no,
not George
the
Michael.
real Wham from Steubenville that
Oh, okay.
sued them.
Oh, okay.
Goose is going to Vegas.
Okay.
He's on Billboard.
DJing.
Goose is good.
Okay.
But Iko is just an icon.
Okay.
You can't, it's like,
Yeah.
no matter how good you are, you never be better than Michael Jackson.
So it's the teacher and the
right.
student and the teacher.
But I come in behind Goose and I'm caught in the middle. But to make money, and Iko comes to me and says, "Hey, you guys can't battle no more and do this."
And how are you
because
battling?
it'll-
Explain what
But
that
we're
means.
saying, like the DJ thing came out where, you seen the rest, now check out the best.
Exactly. That's what I was you say.
Iko never crossed the line. He like McDonald's.
You
We
know-
said,
listen,
"Hey,
listen.
old man Iko,"
Listen.
but he never said, "No, you young
You know
guys
how it is
can't
in the
play."
church. You know how it is in the church when a
Yeah.
preacher comes out and say, "You ain't always been saved.
Yeah,
You
well,
ain't always been a good pillar.
I
You
wish
ain't
I
always
could've
thought
took
that."
it back.
What were you
Everything
saying?
I
Yeah, but
said.
my point is, we
I
understand.
just
that
call him
now.
the old man or something. We say, "Man, we jamming." I'll tell you a story then. I'll share how bad it was.
Okay.
I felt. Miss Mattie, Iko's working midnights and he's DJing 7 nights a week. He's tired. Iko is giving me gigs over the phone. And I'm scared and can't play them. So I got 4 DJs playing on the weekend. Half my gigs are coming from Iko.
Okay. Who are those DJs playing?
I got Hollywood playing.
Okay.
Rozelle playing at the Fountain.
Okay.
I got Hollywood playing at the PC Lounge. I'm playing in Little Washington. I got DJ Shine, Sweet Natalie.
Who Shine?
That's Goose's brother. I
Yeah.
hired him.
Okay. So my
Then
point
I
is,
got Mr. Jones,
Now-
Tiny Tim.
now they made Tiny.
And
now
guess
they,
who else I got playing?
Who?
Kevin Terry.
Kevin Terry.
Grubo.
Well, that's what I'm great saying.
So all you
don't you
guys are
consider
playing-
them? Don't you consider
That's
yourself
Record
mentees
Factory.
of them?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I
Okay.
wanted to know. Who was your mentees? You gave us
Okay.
Iko, some of Iko's mentees.
Right.
Okay, so go ahead, tell us what happened. You getting them on the phone? How bad it got was he was giving you things.
Right.
And
So
so
anyway, I get to the
You
CRC.
heard the rest.
Now
I'll check out the best came
Always
from-
imitated but never duplicated.
Is that you?
That's me.
That's you. That's
I
not
wrote
Brother
a
Goose.
rap song. Yeah, I wrote a rap song before Sugar Hill.
Okay.
I'll give you a little bit when we close up.
Okay.
But anyway, so Miss Iko, I don't know, it tells Miss Mattie, his mom, get Billy Jam to play for the skating. I'm bragging. I'm going to turn this out. I'm telling Goose,
Right.
everybody jealous, Brian. I said, guess what, y'all? I'm doing skating because that's Monday night for the adults.
Skateland or
At
CRC?
CRC. Like, we ain't allowed to skate.
Okay.
So I say, look, man, I'm gonna turn it out. Man, I'm playing the funk. I ain't playing that new old music Iko play, right? So I get there, and it's a good story. You gotta tell it.
But that's no problem.
So anyway, I'm playing. I got the Mothership Connection. I got Bootsy Collins. Make my funk the people. I'm jamming. Everybody in there complaining. Miss Mattie on the old-fashioned phone calls Iko and say, "Hey, you better get down here." I learned this later on. She
So
said,
they're
"This
complaining
boy-
because this music
this
is
I'm
considered.
playing the horrible music, but I'm killing them because I'm young. I'm playing the funk.
What you're saying is it was older people.
No, it ain't skating music. That's what I'm gonna tell you the story. So anyway,
Oh, okay. They want to hear.
tells,
They want to hear. Let's groove tonight.
Look, I'm great. I say, okay. I say, so I don't know this. I'm playing. I'm going, yeah. They all holler Moosey and all Miss Slappy ain't saying nothing. She not right. They're looking in there. Where Iko at? I mean, I said, don't worry. I'm jamming.
So at the time they thought this was Iko playing.
Oh, wasn't long. They knew
Until
what
you
Iko.
looked,
Yeah,
'cause the music.
Because I'm
Go
in
ahead.
the office.
I
So
understand.
now the office is surrounded by people, and I'm saying, go ahead. I'm jamming. I'm jamming. And I'm bragging how I'm gonna turn it out, right? Iko I don't know that. Miss Mattie calls Iko and said, "You better get down here. This boy don't know what he's doing." So, because camaraderie later on, so Iko comes in, class act. He comes in, he don't say a word. He said, "Hey," I said, I look at him, I said, "I'm killing him. I'm bragging. I'm killing him." Right? I ain't trying to say you watch this, right? So he looks at my crate. He turns about 11 albums over. Mm-hmm. The first one is Average White Band. Mm-hmm. I got work to do.
Yeah, I got
the next album, I forget. Summer Breeze is in there.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So by
Ivy Brothers.
So anyway, I still play a couple records. Iko staying in there. It looked like he ready to fall asleep, right? Miss Mattie.
But you knew he turned them up because he wanted you to play.
Well, no, he just said, "Hey," he made a suggestion.
Right, I understand.
I said, I put work to do on. Everybody in the place to start grooving and skating. And I looked back at Iko. He talked to Miss Mattie, looked at him, and he said,
"He understands."
He said, "All right." I caught him at the door. I shook his hand. I said, "Thanks." I was smooth the rest of the night. I played just them records he turned over.
And you told me that story to show me what?
How class act Iko was.
Okay, meaning, and what were you? If he was a class
young,
act,
good guy, and I enjoyed every minute of everything I ever got.
But you don't feel what my point is, because you've told me this, and so I don't know if you want to say this.
Go ahead and say it.
You feel you were kind of that you didn't always treat Iko like you should have.
I felt that I should have been very appreciative from day one.
Okay.
And I
was. You wasn't
that little
always
man
that
thing in me. Yeah.
So and again, let me just say this, because
time.
what I'm trying to tell you is, and like I said, I'm not, I got guys that I went to school with, and so there would be I'd say 2 and 3 years difference up and down me. If I would ask them about that time, they would say the same thing I would say, like, you didn't like King Iko and King Iko didn't like you. You didn't like Buckeye Butch and Buckeye Butch didn't like you, because it's like the thing with boxing. How you may see the press conference and they talk about each other, but then later on they're hugging because they did like you. Yeah. It was all about the show.
I can't lie.
So when you used to say,
I loved Iko, but I want to challenge him because it's a karma. I challenged him.
But what I'm saying is,
he was everything to us.
But you do understand right now that
I hated
if Kevin Durant says
that's different,
that LeBron James, I wouldn't want to play with LeBron James. It's too much of a toxic environment. To some people who are LeBron James fans and people who are Durant fans, that's kind of fighting words.
Yeah.
I would say Durant don't like LeBron. So when you say it, check out the best, because you know what else you used to say about Iko.
What else? Say it.
You don't remember?
Say it.
You know the best. Check out the best. Go get Iko.
Yeah, I used to say that.
Go get Iko. My point is, we don't know that you love King Iko at that point. I don't know that. Yeah, I'm showing up in a dance. I'm young. I'm like, because Billy, he young. King Iko old. He tell him like it is. Like you said, soon after that.
If I could take every word back, I would.
And exactly. And the reason.
And he was a class act every time I saw him.
And you keep saying that, and I don't.
And that hurts me more.
No, I understand, but
he never said nothing about none of us.
But what you said is,
me and Goose.
But this is my point is, now I don't know this,
because we want to be the best.
But I don't know when he first started.
There wasn't nobody for him to talk about.
Well, I don't know who showed him anything about.
That's what we asked him. He don't know.
He went from a band.
See, he was in the band, and when the band took breaks,
well, let me say this:
he would play music.
The TNT Flashers.
He was with the TNT Flashers.
He could have been out performing somewhere, and he talked stuff on the OJs.
Well, he might talk stuff on Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Or Earth, Wind, and Fire.
For real, he did.
My only point is, he may regret it, but it wasn't like he hated them. So we know that you didn't. I mean, you're telling us that, but it wasn't necessarily that we thought you hate him or nothing. So I love that humility that you have, that you always want to apologize when you've done something you think you should have did. And we recognize that. So we're going to end on that note, and it looks like it's going to be a 3-part series because we got to finish up. We got to get you back to this present day. And so, guys, I want you to, again, hit the like button or the unlike button. You want to hit the subscribe button and also that bell, because anytime we put this out, we want you to be notified that one of these interviews are going on. And for this one, we want to finish this 3-part series interview with Brother Jam, Mr. William Zimmerman. And again, any comments you have, any questions you have, this has been an enlightening thing for me. It's going back, talking about Steubenville from the time Martin Luther King died till now, trying to talk about the good times, the good things. But also, are we better off now than we were then? Are we about the same, or are we worse off? And that's a good question that we should have. And one way we can figure that out is reflect on what life was like through this local time here in Steubenville, not just nationally. How are we? But how was it in Steubenville then, and how is it now? And so that's part of what we're trying to do. We're going to finish this with the 3rd part with Brother Jam, and we're going to go on into from where we're finishing now in the end of the 80s and going to the 90s, and we're going to finish up with the turn of the century in the 2000s to now. So good seeing you. Peace, and see you next time.